Congratulations. You are the NBA Kia MVP.
One of the big moments that earns the Kia 2024-25 MVP was SGA, aka Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His best performance has been turning out with the Thunders of the Loud City. Biggest longest career season of SGA after coming from Los Angeles Clippers, he now wants to demonstrate and turn it up to the next level. His teammates want some recruiting, but this is the biggest moment that SGA has ever been playing for between Western and Eastern Conference teams. There can't be any better than one player. But this is the hardest matchup that he has ever been struggling. One of his teammates definitely was facing against the Indiana Pacers, but now his next team is about to be tougher than anyone. After his moment, is about to bring things on to face against the Wolves. This rematching play after the loss against the Mavs, but this time they rejoin and the Wolves are back in the conference finals. Watch out, the big defender Rudy Gobert takes it all. Strength of Wolves Den. What his interview did is how he was trying to struggle it from every game conference finals.
It's hard to say because I don't see it from like a bird's eye view right now. After watching film, we'll definitely have a better idea. But they were aggressive. They were heavy in the crowd. I'm not sure how many points they had, but it felt like when they scored, like we're going against a set defense, and it's always harder against a set defense. So off the top of my head, those are a few things, but I'm sure there's probably more that we can weave through as you watch film. Those plays hurt, especially because they're very like controllable. You can take your time and inbound the ball, but you make mistakes in basketball, no matter the stage, and we definitely had opportunities to cover those things up, but you also don't let plays like that happen. It just goes back to being tighter, being more focused, being more forceful all night, and things like that really hurt for sure.
What sometimes he doesn't believe on is he could not play against and beat Naz Reid or Rudy Gobert. The only one that happened with was the tall guy from France. He knows his median term from the Wolves.
I think we got the whole training camp to really try to get them to understand what we're trying to do, which is be a great defensive team, and offensively, I think that just it's going to be a process to just even for us as a team, adjusting to not having Cat. I think it's going to probably make us play a little different brand of basketball. But yeah, we're gonna have the whole training camp and the whole season to figure that out and hopefully be ready for to get to where we want to get, which is try to win a championship.
No chance, SGA and others.
Edwards slices inside, layup is good. There's the attack you're talking about, Richard. Hartenstein finding SGA, McDaniels right with him, steps back, baseline. Conley, Rudy Gobert off the dribble. Oh, he throws it down! To come out of the game. Edwards gets inside, finds McDaniels. McDaniels, that's his second three-pointer from that spot. Gilgeous-Alexander falling away. Rebound Wallace, another offensive board. Jalen Williams puts in a three. Alters that shot. SGA on the drive, back shot's good. Finds Edwards. Edwards on the drive, lost the handle. Caruso throws it ahead, 2-on-1. Wallace, Williams, back to Wallace, lefty layup, blocked by McDaniels. So back to Edwards, inside, lays it up and in. High in the air. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound ahead to Williams. Jalen Williams, the drive, blocked by McDaniels. Holmgren gets it, and Lou Dort able to finish.
And most importantly, up and downs for the Wolves between the Thunders.
I think we just have a bunch of guys that want to win, and a lot of guys have been through a lot of adversity throughout their career, throughout their life, and we love each other. We understand that one night it might be Naz, one night it might be me, Julius, but we just want to win, and You know, all the things we went through throughout the season just prepared us for this moment. I mean, he made the right play almost all night, you know, looking for his teammates. And shots, we don't really care. We care about him making the right play and playing defense. And he did those two things tonight. And when he does that, we win the game.
And for Shai, it's been the goals for him.
8 in the first quarter, second quarter, and a little bit to start the fourth. They were the tougher team. When we turned that dial, we were able to get our physicality in the game and then play to our identity. But once we did that, we were good. My whole life is consistent. Everything I do, from what I eat to when I sleep, to my recovery, to my loved ones, everything's consistent. And it's a routine for me at this point.
As the matchup brings on, you're about to witness the two between the Holmgren and the Termites of the Loud City, and the Wolves are back in the conference finals. Get ready to prepare for the battle. Wolves, Thunders, next on 2K Sports.
Hey everybody, it's Tyler Beast, and this time I have the next commentator with us here for a pregame show, and it's Jay.
That's right, fellas. It's the Western Conference Finals of the NBA on 2K Sports. I hope you all enjoyed it, but it didn't take that long because someone tried to mess this up, and with that in between for the gameplays, that didn't start with this whenever the first game happened. But this time, we're going to make this one easier chain and without any cutback switches.
Now this time I've got one great feeling for this one. The Wolves return in the conference finals as they face against the OKC Thunders, and they are playing at Paycon Center.
The one big matchup, but you never see what it goes like. And when you need to know about this, it's just how hard you gotta mention. When there's nobody on for the the zone, you don't have the right range to get over it, and you just need to get right back into playing positions. Well, now you know how that one will change, because that will make anything that's more contributor than anybody.
Now, as I have the next one standing by, I have one of our big takes in, and this time Paintbrush is joining us here for a main commentary, along with the others by LJ, and finally, It's So True.
And here are one of our teams. Mark Dignall, and of course, the other side, it's Chris Finch, the head coach for the Minnesota Wolves and the OKC Thunders.
And as being said, here are the starting groups, as I over to you, Jay, for this one.
Mike Conley, Ant-Man of Anthony Edwards, J.D. McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert.
And for the Thunders, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, Lucian Stewart, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Isaiah Hartenstein.
Are you ready for the Western Conference Finals?
Because the day is about to bring things on.
It's where we bring thunder from Wolves back.
Now let's get things started here for the Western Conference Finals. Let's roll. See you later.
Another day, another dollar.
It's one of a big nights here to start the Western Conference Finals as they make their way to the locker room. Greetings everyone at OKC. It's the Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports. Hey everybody, I am Paintbrush, and I am here with my broadcast partner along with the others with LJ and So True. It's game one here at OKC as they're ready to bring the fans with some big love. Here are the starting groups in. Mike Conley is with Anthony Edwards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is with Lucian Stewart. McDaniels is with Julius Randle. Gobert is in center. Ben Dort is with Jalen Williams. Holmgren in power forward. And Isaiah Hartenstein in towards center. Well, folks, it's that time. The game starts now. Let's see what they handle with. We start things off here as they're all tipped and ready to go here at Paycon Center. SGA will start the ball as he'll find it over to Holmgren. He'll look over to Dort. Dort will make a changeover and now finds Holmgren. Holmgren passes now, finds it over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein trying to look over to Rudy Gobert with the shot. He'll count a bucket and one. That'll be a great start for the Thunder. And that's Hardenstein. He starts his 2.
Just a good look here, and you know for Hardenstein, I have something to look over on you. Do you think that this one is really coming in sense for the bucket shot? I just really like to see everything what he makes. And that's just one shot left remain. Man, he's looking like he wants to start that off. I see that going. Isaiah Hardenstein really had that one with the powerful motion. One shot coming up for Isaiah Hardenstein as he's at the free throw line shooting 2. And that'll be Rudy Gobert's first personal foul. First team foul on Minnesota. Hardenstein misses, but he will only take 2 to take things in. Now, going to start for the Wolves. Here's Conley. He sets it over to Randall. Randall pushing his way through with a dunk almighty. He made that many look easy, and it's Randall with his first 4-pointer of the game. Nothing you don't see about Julius Randall. That's a big power forward position without Cat. That's nothing when you have to matter. Williams sets a pass to SGA. SGA pass to Holmgren for 3. But it's rolled in and out, and it's rebounded by Rudy Gobert as he sets to McDaniels. McDaniels will start things here in the OKC territory. He looks to Conley, looking for a cutting motion attacking over on Jalen Williams. Slides back, looks to pass over to Anthony Edwards. Legend start on him, try to look for a shot for the 3, and that one is off the rim, and rebound by Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's first pointer, and the first rebound of the game. It's now a 4-2 game. Nobody I haven't seen anything like this when you know for Rudy Gobert, he's like one of the big blockers in the Defenseman Player of the Year. Since he played it back with the Utah Jazz, it's no better than change, but he has one.
Lucian start from outside. He'll try to get the pass over to Lucian to check Holmgren. Looks to Hardenstein over Rudy Gobert. Shot's no good. Rebound by Gobert, and it's rebounded by Julius Randle. Here's Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man attacker. Gets his own rebound, and that one is short as SGA with the rebound. SGA sends it to Jet Holmgren. Holmgren passes down to Williams. Here's SGA for 3. That one is rolls in and out. Gobert with the rebound, finding Anthony Edwards. Here's Randall with a shot. No good for a 2-point extension lead. It's rebounded by the Thunder.
Well, the Thunder's really got a lot of missed shots, and with that one, the Minnesota Wolves didn't really think they hadn't started either. They just need to make sure they have that right. Reporter from Ali LaForce for Chris Finch as he made his own team to make all the way back into conference finals. When they first met here to play against the Dallas Mavericks, they were not considering that they were doing on their own. But the big favorite, it was knocked out for some reasons. Because they weren't competing at better. And it's all for Luka Doncic. He made that one with a great look. Yeah, I got a good feeling with that. I mean, I felt like that Lucian Stewart and their teammates with the Dallas Mavericks really had a lot of higher range. And now this time, he didn't want to play it like he did for. You'll have to see about that to make that one go in for the public.
Here to Anthony Edwards for 3 on the triple range is no good. And rebounded by Chet Holmgren with his own rebound. We passed the 5-minute mark in the first quarter as now both teams are even in. The Cornix Alexander guides a pass to Williams. Williams pass to Holmgren finding Hart. Dort. Left dish over now to Holmgren. Holmgren with a step back. That's good. Holmgren's 2-pointer. They take the lead for the 6-4. First timeout is called by Timberwolves. That'll be their first timeout in the first game of the Western Conference Finals. Now, I never know how you guys would absolutely matter with this one, because they're most importantly, they're almost like in a central division between the Thunder and the Wolves. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm not sure how that would be almost describing it that. I thought the possible choice was like a rival game, and with that, it was not really the easy way that we were taken, because I was sure enough that they really played it off. And since that last time, and this one for real, was showing up as they were defeated for OKC Thunders, they destroyed the Minnesota Wolves for one of this Western Conference Finals in the series, and then for winning the series and advancing to the NBA Finals.
It was the clutching that they made their release with for OKC Thunders. I'm pretty sure what they really have to do for it. Well, I have to say about it to make now their paintbrush, because it really has to give a use-long, extravagant effort to keep that from score. And then when there's nobody else around, they've got to keep on coming in. I know they're going to keep on moving it forward. Keep the OKC from coming. New substitutions on the court for this offense and defense. Now as they'll start in for Conley, he'll have that ball in. The Wolves trail by 2. Conley against SGA, looks over to Gobert. Give the dish over to Randall on a drive shot. Rebound by Rudy Gobert. Double man again. Randall from outside for the 2-pointer. That's good. He'll have that one knocking down with a 2-pointer. And it's Gobert with the assist. Just got to look at the targets there. There's not really much you can try to do for it. Just make sure you got a good easy string. Pass up to Williams. Williams gives it over to Dort. Dort pass down, finds Holmgren. Holmgren. Step back over for the 2. Over Randall, so good. And rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Edwards with a finish. They're the lead up. No good. And that one is taken over by Holmgren as he takes the lead up for 2. He's 3 for 5 this far. You don't see what you got to do for Julius Randle. You need to make sure you have that one with a great range. Here's the set to Holmgren. Holmgren pass now finds to Jalen Williams. Williams pass now finds Holmgren. Williams will set a screen. Has it in middle and stolen by McDaniels. Here's Conley. For the finish, Randall, and the try makes it in. Now this will be their timeout for OKC Thunders with 3:08 remaining. Well, looks like the defensive effort is not playing up to a right strategy. This looks like they're not going to make that one easy enough. So they have to try to find a way to get through this. And now let's have a look at one of the players on its own best. As we've seen things before, we know one of the big moments here that makes this playoff easy and won the Kia MVP for the 2024-25 season of the NBA, SGA. He was the Canadian professional basketball player, and his three-time NBA All-Star, three-time All-NBA First Team, and the most valuable player has added for that season. And he gets led for the Thunders for their first championship since the relocating to the Oklahoma City. Since they were known to be as the Supersonics, they're now known to be saying is the Thunder is what we have to play for on his first year.
You know, I love seeing about SGA, and when I say about SGA power on their forward, you know what they all say now? SGA is one of the great moments for the OKC Thunders. He really now knows anything on his own life. But particularly, the Thunder fans really love their support, and because of what he knew for, you just got to give that one with a good effort on the chain. I love seeing this, and coming back into the court is a great way to start things off. Let's hope we can definitely do it again.
I sure do so. Might be a great play, isn't it? 4 players checked up. DiVincenzo, Alexander, Walker, Clark, and Reed are checked in. 5 players checked up. Wiggins, Joe, Wallace, Caruso, and another Jalen Williams is checked on the court. Caruso now finds it over to Joe. Joe passes to Caruso. Over Clark. Try. It's good. That will be Caruso's first 2-pointer. And that will be a 2-point trail for the OKC Thunders.
Didn't see that one was going to change it in for Alex Caruso.
He went just doing the right way to do it. Clark on the drive. It's good. That was for the first drive ever for Clark. 12-8 is the score. Thunders. Back the other way is Alex Caruso. Caruso past the Wallace, looks over to Wiggins. Wiggins trying to watch out for it. Williams will try. It's blocked by Rudy Gobert. They get his first rejection against the Thunder team. That is one of our big, strong defense effort. Rudy Gobert was like knocking that one out of the way, and he wouldn't start off to lead the right way. Joe from outside to pass to Wallace. Wallace pass down, finds it over to Caruso. Caruso pass to Wiggins. Wiggins looks over to Wallace, and he finds over to Joe. Joe to Williams, around Gobert. That's a strong defensive effort, but not a rejection, as he adds another rebound. Nikita Alexander Walker, trying to look which way he wanted to go. A rebound by Rudy Gobert. DiVincenzo for 3. That's no good for the 3-pointer. And Williams will have it to Wallace. Wallace. Joe for the deep three. That one is good. They're down by one. Joe with his first three-pointer of the night. And there's the phase we're looking at it. Isaiah Joe. Big on the start. The shot tipped back up and back to Clark again to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo passed to Clark. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Gobert with the screen, denied. And with the shot and a drive. It's no good. Rebounded by Wallace. That'll be his first rebound. Now he wants to set up for Aaron Wiggins. He'll dish it up a lob. And in it goes right in the paint. And good pass set for Wallace. That will be his first assist. They take their lead. Yeah, I've really seen what Wiggins was able to do for him. It wasn't my take, I would ever see it. Oh, back the other way is Nas Reed. He slams it down and gives over the lead. Just about 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wallace passes to Wiggins. Wiggins passes off to Caruso. Caruso passes to Joe. Joe looks over again to Wallace. Wallace looks over to Caruso. Give a good dish off to Wallace. Around the drive, and he'll get a floater. Wallace with his first pointer in the game. Down to 15 seconds remaining. Here's Clark. Clark lost the ball. Here's Williams. He'll send it over. Wiggins will throw it down the jump hand. Aaron Wiggins with his second bucket in the game, and it's a 17-14.
Wow, great start here. That's when Loud City is where it started. That is when you're going to get there to make it up.
17-14. Thunders are up by 3. It's a great start in OKC. We'll be back with you shortly after this. And if you're just tuning in, we are ready to start our second quarter. Big close-up games between the Thunder and the Wolves. Let's have your takes with you guys on how they did for the Thunders.
Well, they got a pretty good start afterwards. I mean, they were a little uneasy to try to keep things in, but now they finally found another way to get over it. I really feel happy enough, and for some reasons, I just don't have to say anything. This one is really kind of hard to get over it.
And yeah, I definitely say so too. Let's see what the Thunders and the Wolves can do. As we start off the second quarter of the game, we got the ones. Dillingham is with Edwards. Reed is in center. McDaniels in small forward, and Julius Randle in power forward. After a tie for McDaniels, here's Holmgren. SGA will try to do another move. Configuration to Hartenstein over Neary. Ready to take on for the drive is Hartenstein for his second bucket of the game after SGA. And Dillingham. Rachel Ray gets it again to Reed. Reed goes to McDaniels. McDaniels for the finish, and the drive is off the mark. Rebound by Hartenstein, he looks over to Holmgren. SGA for the three. Hello! That is an open range, and he hit his first three-pointer of the game. Well, you never said about SGA. I thought his three-pointer was a rigging. Reed finds Randle. Randle to Dillingham. Dillingham pass to Randle. Or again to over to Wallace. Anthony Edwards trying to sit on the screen with the shot, and he's fouled. That'll be Isaiah Hartenstein's first personal foul, and a first team foul for OKC. This will be the first trip to the free throw line for the man, Anthony Edwards.
Well, it seemed like Anthony Edwards really has to take that one with the two-pointer. The driving lead needs to have that score in range.
Edwards knocks down the first free throw. And with some new changes for the Thunders as Nugent Sports checked in for Christian Wallace. And for that, I was not really seeing things. Anthony Edwards was like a big on drive that he would ever do for him. Not really on his own occasion, but he really showed it up with some great point advantage. And the second free throw is off the mark. This will be a rebound by Chet Holmgren. Holmgren pass down, finds out for Hartenstein. Hartenstein pass. Three-pointers Alexander up and a drive. He rolls over to Dillingham. That'll be his second bucket. 2 out of 3 free goals for SGA. Oh, SGA is a really fancy move. That's right, I would love to see how this one is going to make that one go in. Reed, Dillingham outside. Trying to set up a screen for Nas Reed. Dillingham for three. It's good. Another three-pointer for the Wolves. Back down by three. It's a 24-21 game. There's no offensive advantage.
I was really noticing that this would have been harder than you would expect.
Passes over now to Hartenside. He looks over again to Holmgren. Holmgren passes down to Williams. Williams trying to watch on in. Look again to Burns Alexander. The three for Holmgren. That's off the rim and rebounded by McDaniels. 5:40 remaining. Here comes McDaniels. Kickoff to Edwards. Brandon tries. Retouring the rim. That one's another offensive breakdown for the Thunders. Where's the defense? You've got to make sure you have that one in with the close range. Passes over to Williams. Williams trying to look for an open man. He has it to Hartenstein. With a shot fouled, and that's off the rim. It's rebounded up as Nas Reed with his first personal foul, and the first team foul for Minnesota. 5:16 remaining in the first half of the game. Hartenstein on the 3-4 line, June 2.
Chance on the board, it may just happen to be with Nas Reed, the only just a set and that playoff skill is not the big battle that you have to do for him. Now, as Isaiah Hartenstein, he has to do with the next favor to get that in.
Hartenstein knocks the first free throw. Now with some substitutions for Minnesota. Mike Conley's checked in for Dillingham. He's really had to give that one a break, and afterwards, and then everybody goes back into the starting five groups. I don't really think that this would be a harder change. I wouldn't appeal if this would only take a few seconds to get it. Hartenstein knocks down the second free throw. The Wolves trail by three. Off to Reed. Reed pass, and there's an offensive foul. That will be on Jaden McDaniels. He knocks up a Holmgren, and this will be Thunder ball.
That is a great call for the refs. And now you got to say that this is what happens with the illegal screen. If you bump somebody out and you move, that will be a moving screen.
Here's Dora outside with 5 minutes remaining first half. Williams will make some floppy moves. Second minute to the score on the shot, and he makes it in. Right over from Anthony Edwards, he has 4 points.
That is where that good start happens with Legend Store. I was noticing that this will also be one of the better favorite.
With the shot, Conley, he'll drop it in. So we have a 2-pointer for Mike Conley, and it's now only 4:30 remaining in the first half of the game. SGA with the ball. They cut their leads down by 3. As this now finds the Williams. J.D. McDaniels trying to watch on him. He looks under the door. Trying to watch on in. Trying to give a little dish off into the middle. Hartenstein over Reed. That shot's good. Hartenstein with 8 points. 3 out of 4 field goals. 1 rebound and 1 assist. Well, I think that was what happened with this score. A change-off was really like kind of how difficult the range is. He really wants to keep it in. Reed with a finish and a try. Makes it in with a good look on the great target. They're back down by 3 again.
Back-to-back plays. That's not possible enough. And you just have to make that one with a great goal and drive.
SGA setting a screen, and he couldn't get a dish over as it's stolen by McDaniels. Here's to Randall, and a shot. No block here. Try to watch it, and there will be a foul on Jed Holmgren. That means the first personal foul, and a first team foul for OKC.
The second team foul is going to get that one with the waist. This is not when you need to do this. That big start has been played out too many times.
Now that's going to be Julius Randle into the free throw line shooting 2. They're shooting another free throw percentage to get a close game as they wanted to get their games down by 1 to make that one a closer look. Randall knocks out the first free we go. With some new changes in for the Wolves, Dante DiVincenzo checks in for Jaden McDaniels. And as for the Thunders, Wiggins and the number 1 Williams are checked in as well. Lujan Stewart slides over to the small forward position as Alex Caruso checks in too. That'll be good for 2. It's a 1-point possession game. Well, they gotta start moving it faster. They have to make sure they have that good look in. Caruso passes over to Wiggins. Wiggins pass out finds Joe. Joe. 3 for Wiggins. That is off the rim and rebounded by Edwards. Try to look over to Julius Randle. For the lead off, no good. And he will slam it in. That'll be the 2-pointer to get the leads up for 1 with 31-30. Big score is not really what they will need to change in. Alex Caruso need to find some another big use. Williams passes the door. Fades. Around DiVincenzo. That's so good. Rebound by Dante DiVincenzo. He looks over to Randall. He's in the middle. He slams it all line. Timeout on OKC. It's a 33-30. 2:38 remaining in the first half. Well, they got to start talking it over now. The OKC Thunders don't have the right choice. They just beat them fixing. Timing is everything. You don't want to make that one feel uncomplicated if you're doing it by yourself. We're nearing the end of the first half of the game. Coming up will be the halftime show as we have Mary Johnson along with Katie Jet Smith and Shaq O'Neal, the big fella, as we've got great sets in for the zone. And with season 10 approaching, this will be next season to keep your eyes on appearances for NBA2k26. And for that one, on the secondary channel will be the SOB skating. It will be all for a new big change to have more future awaiting you, starting on August 25th. You will love it or not, but this part of the game is for everybody to watch. Don't get too jealous with the new season approaching soon, and as for September, we'll make some full picks for you once the game gets closer in to make some poll votes. There's no change what we need to know for. You will love it, or you will not, or you will regret it. The substitutions are on the board for the Thunder and for the Wolves. Anthony Edwards is checked out, and checking back in on the court is Alexander Walker. Caruso looks over to Wiggins. Wiggins looks to Joe. Joe, trying to go for a 2. He got it. They're back down by 1. You can score. Couldn't tie this game. And they now have their pucks down by 1 with only 2:15 remaining. Oh, that's right. I mean, Alex Caruso needs to get things regrouping. Here to Reed, Simon down. Ready toward the middle zone. And Caruso with the ball. 2 minutes remaining. Caruso finds Joe. Joe looks over the door. That's it off to Joe. Joe pass finding Dort. Dort looks over again to Wiggins. Wiggins to Dort. Here's a 3 for Caruso. And that was off the win. Rebounded up by the Wolves. DiVincenzo. Watching from zone, the stoppage. And it's a great D by Aaron Wiggins. Williams with the ball. Back to Wiggins. Joe, nearing the corner range. Dort, 4-3. It's good. Kaboom. For now time for 35. 9 points in this game in a career.
He really wanted to do this afterwards. He felt like, okay, I'm going to try to tie it up.
There's no contest to play a switchback. Henry makes that shot. And it's now 37-35. And it's by Conley with the 6. You won't have to change afterwards. You'll have to make that new improvement. He finds to Joe. Joe pass that finds Caruso. Caruso pass to Wiggins. Wiggins looks to Williams. Williams passes over to Caruso. 5 to shoot. For the lead, Joe gets it back. And it'll be a foul. That'll be Dallas Reed. His second personal foul. And his second team foul for the Wolves. He ran a 30-second mark in the end of the first half. Caruso, that's the free throw line shooting too.
Won't be the day afterwards. So this rebounding is not making that look impossible. But this score has to keep it for once. Caruso at the free throw line shooting 2. We'll get another free throw coming up for OKC, and the new substitutions will be up there after the first free throw. Caruso knocks the first free throw. Now with a new change here as the Wolves brings Rudy Gobert and Dillingham as Nas Reed and Mike Conley are checked out. The Wolves and the Thunders make new changes. Isaiah Joe, he's checked out, and Christian Wallace is checked back in. He drops an early one to tie it up. We really had to do for real. Alex Caruso just need to make sure he wants to get a closing range in. Just got to get a good one. The foul, that will be on the Thunders, and he knocks out on Dillingham. That will be Aaron Wiggins with his first personal foul. And a 13th foul for OKC. Oh, there's not good. Not a big change when you need to do so. He made that one slam down. Chris Finch is not really looking forward to it with a great start. Dillingham is checked in on the free throw line as the Wolves will grab another free throw in to cut the lead up for 1 and 2 if he makes both free throws. Dillingham drops the first. You know, I see so much that happens, and then his pushback is not the right way you wanted to do for him. You don't want to start making that one with the plane, and then you're definitely going to have to say this now that you don't want to make a mistake afterward. But now you did, because you made something that's not good. Dillingham drops the second free throw. They get their lead up for 2. Over 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Caruso. And Wallace for the triple. Kaboom! From the outside, he gets a 1-point game advantage of the lead. And Dillingham wants to see what he wants to do with the next move. Down to 12. And with this close game, it is nothing like this in the Roaring City. 40-39 to score with a one last move. No steal. Dillingham for the lead is off. And we approach the end of the first half. We'll be back soon. Halftime show starts now. Be back for the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Bernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet. Let's get to it. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Defense scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from the second quarter.
And Shaq, what do you think about Minnesota?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting the time to rebound really lifted. Strong work on the glass is key. That's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. We got Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel!
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And if you're just tuning in, we got a close game afterwards. It is a 40-39 score. Talk about this one. As for Julius Randle, he made this one an absolute stop.
You know, I've seen so many other great moments here for Julius Randle, and for this big playoff, it was not really the easy what he takes. I think we were wanting to see how well he can handle it in the second half.
You would say so? Let's see what he does. Here are the groups here for the Thunders. Holmgren is with Caruso. And it's Dort right towards small shooting guard. Williams for the small forward. And SGA is as Julius Randle kicks up the lead a notch, a 41-40 game. 12 field goals were made here for Julius Randle as he scores another one. Big pointers are not always the easy same thing. Julius Randle has to make that one like a hard comment to make that pass. Nobody would ever notice it. He dished to Caruso over to Jay McDaniels, and he makes it. Alex Caruso with number 2-pointer. He has 6 after Holmgren with the assist.
He would have to be played at the lead.
No question. Here's a set with a drive for Rudy Gobert, and he lost that one. Holmgren now sets the door. He'll give a swing over, now back to Jalen Williams. Here's SGA for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Julius Randle. Another rebounding play for the Wolves. And Conley on Jalen Williams. He'll find a pass to Julius Randle. Solid play. And that one turns around with another 2-pointer for Julius Randle. He's kicking up a notch. He has 20. SGA with the pass now finds the door. Give a swing pass to Williams. SGA will make another changing move. For the slot play, Caruso will set a screen. And we'll dish it over to Caruso, and a shot. What a tricky move. Caruso with 8 points, and it's SGA with the assist.
That's a great communication look in there. I think this is a little dish off in the middle. He had a great zone.
This range off attacking is looking great. Oh, Rudy Gobert. He had that one slammed right over to Caruso, and he was not sure how he was going to get that. Caruso passes to Gilbert's Alexander. For the try. Right on the rim, but he couldn't make another 2-pointer for SGA. Randall, for the finish, and it's Holmgren with the block. He knocks it down with the first rejection for the OKC Thunders.
That's what you see right there. I mean, that's what happens for Holmgren. That's a great shooting range on the block shot. That's where you need to keep that start in to get a good one.
Short pass to Gilbert's Alexander. But the finish drive is good. It's back up number 1 of the 46-45 game. Timeout for Minnesota. 5:20 remaining in the third. You know what you're going to say now. SGA baseball. I think this alien footwork is going to hit that one real likely. Now, let's talk about this one the other way as Julius Randle. Yeah, for some reasons that when you notice how when Julius Randle makes, he was ultimately one of our big performance as he made his most improved player award in 2021. And for some big reason, after making his finish with the New York Knicks, he now was transferred over from the other side with Pat, like Carl Anthony Towns, on the other way to play with his own team of the New York Knicks. You know, for some of the reasons why we made some 4 years in the Lakers, he was signed to be playing with the New Orleans Pelicans, and then before joining the New York Knicks, and after one season, then in the other season, he now changes up with Pat. Pat does it, proving it to be wrong to play with the other way. I know it's going to be hard to make sense for OKC team, not a position aid to anybody who does for. Well, let's see this. Julius Randle gets coming back afterward. You definitely did notice how he can definitely make it off to a power start. He's got to get through this. He's really working really hard to keep that one from right from coming. Let's hope that there is another way to get through it. Randall is checked out. As now back on the court is Reed. For the Thunders, Jordan Caruso are checked out as already signed, checked in. And Joe is checked back in.
Oh, I gotta see that nice one. I saw that one. I think I was so Holmgren that makes that beauty blocking.
Looks to Williams. Williams pass over, now finds it over to SGA. Around with the 2, denied with the rear. Joe for 3. Come on. Another 3-pointer for the Thunder. That is Joe with 6 points in the game. A 49-45 game. Here's Conley. On SGA, setting screen. 3 outside for Ant-Man. Is good. Another 3 for the Wolves. They come back down by 1 with 4:27 remaining. And now another chance for SGA. Passes off to Holmgren. Holmgren looks it over. Now finds Joe. Joe passes up to Williams and he looks over to Gilbert's Alexander. Gives to Holmgren. Around Reed for the finish. Ball's loose. Given over by Rudy Gobert. Here's Conley. Watching his playback screen. Give it over to Gobert. Oh, what a making play. Rudy Gobert was another slam, and Conley with the assist. Now that was quick play. Quick play, quick play. There's no one once that's going to make it for Rudy Gobert to go changing. He really had chilled out the crowd. SGA now finds over to Chet Holmgren. And it's stolen by Gobert. Here's the rush for the Wolves. Gobert trying to go for the three, but he didn't want to take his time as he goes back to Conley. He looks over to Nas Reed. Nas Reed for two. That's another miss by the Minnesota League team. Hartenstein looks to pass over to Gilgeous Alexander. He moves to Holmgren. A pass over. Holmgren trying to work his way into Joe. Joe passes to Gilgeous Alexander. Over Edwards with a shot. And that's good. Number two for SGA. There's 9.
This is what the crowd makes it in. SGA needs some more pointers to get in.
And that's another miss by Minnesota team. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Hartenstein looks over to SGA. SGA passes over now to Holmgren. Holmgren looks over now to Williams. Keeps moving back and forth for the Thunders to keep moving in alive. And Joe with a shot, no good. Rebound by Anthony Edwards. The Ant-Man looking for his dunk to take his performance. It's given away by Joe. Here he comes on the fast break. Joe wants to slow it down, now finding Holmgren. Holmgren looks over to Joe. Keeps his team moving in from coming. Give again a Hartenstein. Over Gobert. That is good. Hartenstein with 10 points in a row. And it's only 4 out of 5 field goals. Timeout. Minnesota. With only 2:04 remaining in the third.
Just looking good, and this comfortable winning is going to make that one feel like they're flying.
And with some big moments here as we will have some upcoming games for you. And we hope you all enjoy this one. Guys who are going to come and get an NYC or the BFDI and Edmonds Editor. I hope you all enjoyed it. And with our amazing cast. And this one's awesome. We'd love to see that one for your fans' reaction. And with after that skit, the new skit is the screen trap. There's something else that if someone messes up. The most thing is, who done it? Who messed up the screen to go back into the 90s screen with and tries to find a resolving resolution? There's one key to make this one change from anything. Screen trap. Coming soon on SO Beast. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. If you don't, you will be slammed by the dunker to give a whack-a-mole in your face. You better do it, or somebody will.
Yeah, you heard that right. You better subscribe, or somebody will.
Now we see new substitutions for the Wolves and for the Thunders, as we are now at the 2-minute mark in the third. DiVincenzo back on court. In the middle range over SGA's good. Another 1-point lead possession game. And this has been a tight field goal range. 64 only for the Wolves in the second quarter. Wallace now finds to Wallace. Williams. SGA outside. A gift to Hartenstein. Fades. Goes right around Gobert. Nice save by Rudy Gobert. He'll set up another rebound to go for a lead or tie. Here's Dante DiVincenzo. Passes off to Rudy Gobert. He will set to McDaniels. And here's the look. Over to McDaniels with the shot. And Hartenstein! He realized a shot. What a great catch on. He looks to Hartenstein. Fades over McDaniels. He got through. That'll be Hartenstein's 12 points in the game, and that was assisted by SGA. He got a great after this block, but he felt like this speed was not a problem.
He would have to play for, like, straightening it every time with the shot. And with notice about Hartenstein, he wouldn't do that. It's pick on chain. He really likes blocking it out before he makes that shot, and it was really tight.
After Dante DiVincenzo with the assist, 45 seconds remaining. Here's Williams. Williams pass to Gilgeous Alexander to Wiggins. Wiggins. The pass down finds to Williams. Williams for the finish. What a drive. He got a great scoop, and he finally gets his first bucket in for Joe Williams.
Well, he been waiting patiently afterward. Joe Williams was able to show enough he would be here.
Looks to Gobert. Alexander Walker and Wallace. The pass to DiVincenzo. A set to Gobert. Here's a two for Dante DiVincenzo. It's no good. And it's Hartenstein with the ball. SGA will close the third quarter with only 8 seconds. Near the half court. Trying to pick up a deep three. And he did not make it in. Nice effort, but he just didn't make the three-pointer.
Oh, he would have loved the crowd afterwards, but he did.
He tried. And that is the end of the third quarter. Close game rages as they are down by 3 for Minnesota. 57-54 is the score. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. And it's about the time to get things loud. We are in the fourth quarter. A 3-point lead for OKC. If you're just tuning us in, we played 3 quarters, but this is the final quarter. This is where the close games ends down. Theater groups here for the Thunders. Caruso is with on Wallace. And it's Dort and Holmgren and Webber Williams. Dillingham's with Dante DiVincenzo. Gobert in center. Anthony Edwards on the outside. And Green on the outside. It's stolen by Anthony Edwards. Here they come. Fast break for Anthony. Lobs it over to Dante DiVincenzo. Oh, nice look. But he couldn't complete the alley-oop pass successfully. Holmgren pass out finds to Dort. Dort pass over to Wallace. Wallace for the finish, and he counts it one. Christian Wallace. How do you like it now?
He wouldn't have to believe on this. And after Wallace, he was making the finish afterwards, he just got a great bucket.
After the foul by the Wolves, Reed checked in, and Wallace heads the free throw line, shooting one.
Wallace.
And Wallace will able to knock it out. Wolves trail by 6. Anthony Edwards looking for help. Reed trying to watch over. Reed up at the shot, and it's rebounded by Holmgren. Holmgren out of his deliberation tonight. He has 6-point rebounds in the game. A set over to Williams. Williams passed that by Caruso. Caruso rebounded for the finish. Oh, his son! He took it over. Nice Reed rejects that shot. Oh, where's that going afterward? Nice Reed. He did it again. Now this time, Alex Caruso makes a drive. He has 10 points. 62-54. Big change for Anthony Edwards. Fades for the shot for 3. Randall. Williams on in. Dillingham again to Anthony Edwards. So they screen for Reed. Knocked them away. With the shot. And blocked by Holmgren. And the time is tied to 0. It's a 24th shot clock violation. Turns it over to Vanderbilt. Now as Dillingham and Clark. Dante DiVincenzo's checked out as Anthony Edwards moves over to shooting guard position. Now the Thunders are making any changes in, as they already have Holmgren up at SGA back on court.
Wow, what a like and this drive as makes a stop. I would noticing that this would really almost mention the matter. They really kept them from coming back.
Holmgren pass that finds Dort. Dort looks to pass to Williams. Looks it over. Williams, and he loses his ball. That one stays alive with the Thunder roll with 1.9 seconds. Isaiah Hartenstein checks in for another kill of Williams. Time ticking down for 0. They've got to make a move. Caruso for 1. And he got it in! With a dashing 3! Crowd makes a response for Caruso. Timeout, Timberwolves. 5:42 remaining as we take a break and get back into work. Oh, this reaction happens with Caruso. This is a great pass and not deep 3. what a standout. We are just making it good, and the Finders are getting started. Here's some upcoming games here for the NBA on 2K Sports. As we kick back into the Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks rematch against the Indiana Pacers. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. on the first game on one side. And then the next day, we'll have another one to take in for the OKC Thunders as they face on against the Minnesota Wolves back at Paycom Center. And then for our next game, the NHL of the Eastern Conference Finals starts with the Panthers against the Capitals at Amaranth Bank Arena. I'll be commentating on the other side of it in South Florida, as there will be other commentators here as well. And then after that game, we'll have another one to keep things in as the Oilers battle against the Stars on the other side. The zone is pretty crazy and simple for games 3 and 4, but we will be seeing them pretty soon on the other side to keep things eyes on. You may never know how they will pop up. Now we only on Centerpiece, so be sure to keep your eyes on the times. As you look across the board here for Ali Force, she talked to one of us from Chris Finch. Chris Finch was saying that we're not really paying attention in. We need to be better here, gentlemen. This is what happens with the head coaches. They don't seem to care for a response. They just gotta have to make sure they're back in the flock. Otherwise, they will be dominated and they will be down right to the drain. Holmgren and Dort over with the shot. That rolls in that clock with the rebound the other way. Dillingham against Caruso with the screen. Looks to Anthony Edwards with a shot. Oh my! That's one end of it's now an 8-man. He wants to make this close game enriching.
No time to slow down, man. You would never believe what you would do.
Williams finds Dort. Dort almost would have knocked the ball out of his hands. It's back to Dort. Dort for a finish. He loses the ball, and Clark takes it over. Here they come. Julius Randle. 3 for Dillingham. It's good. Another 3 for the Wolves. They're back down by 4 as Randle with the assist. Well, they're starting to go back in. I mean, they just need some time with this man. Caruso finds Dort. Dort almost lost the ball. And that last touch will be on Anthony Edwards. Nope, Caruso. And it now changes to Timberwolves ball. Mike Conley returns on the court with 4:11 to go.
Man, oh man, I mean, this is the battle racing back and forth. No action would be.
Conley with the ball for the Fantasy's foul. Isaiah Hartenstein with his second personal foul. And his first team foul for the Thunders. Man, Mark Darnell, you would never see how this would change, but that is another big mistake.
Well, this is no joke on that one. Afterwards, you just need to make sure you have that great agility. No big drives afterward. And this one on a defender, you almost get knocked out. That's almost impossible. Nobody is going to give them in a good look. And that ranging on a shot is not an easy one. That's not okay when you're doing this on your own set. Timing is just right, but don't get uncomfortable if you get it.
Conley hits the first free throw. They are pulling back down by 3, and if he makes it in, we've got a 2-point possession game. You know what happens? Mike Conley, he's really on the rush. He wants to make this closing game equalize. And that will be off the mark. Holmgren will keep his ball alive. And he's over to Williams. Williams over Conley with a shot. That's off the mark and rebounded by Nas Reed. Nas Reed with another rebound. Here's over to Clark. Williams on it. Tries to back it up. Number 2-pointer from Conley. Watching in. Hartenstein on Conley. Trying to make some more motion. Julius Randle for the drop. It's good. That's down by 1. Julius Randle with 22 points. It is a 10-15 field goal. Oh man, he's looking like a big eye afterward. Julius Randle wants to shut down the crowd. And now the pass to SGA. Holmgren, pass to Hartenstein. It's back to Dort. Here's the three for Williams. Oh, man, gets off the mark. Julius Randle right to Clark. Clark trying to look for a lead. Anthony Edwards runs straight up and it's no good. Not off the rim. And that ball did not go in. He missed his fingertip. He didn't think it was set enough to get in. Williams with the ball. Back to Dort. And here's Holmgren. Again to Dort. Dort. For the three, SGA. Come on! Number two for the Thunder. And it's SGA says, no time to waste your energy. We just need that one big and more. One timeout left to remain for Minnesota, and there's only two timeouts remaining as the next call is on the Wolves. Man, do you feel like that this has ever happened to be like this? The back and forth game, guys? I would sure do. I mean, I feel like that. I thought Nas Reed, I thought his fingertip was just perfect, but his fingertip went off from the ball and it just went off the rim for some reason. I thought there was not a big change, but you just need to fix it in. I don't know how that happened, but he just missed again. My goodness. I just don't believe how that one was going to change in. That one is really knocked out of the way. Present your New Balance player of the game. Tonight's player of the game was the Conference Finals substitute, Isaiah Hartenstein.
You really have to be playing afterward. As Isaiah Hartenstein, he got a great defensive effort and some great fades. It's a big drive to make that one drop. No other chance in the world he would definitely get it.
And I've got to say, Isaiah Hartenstein was a big deeper. The frill is a better way to have it for one. They're in a 240 mark. Here's Conley. Conley, blowing out a little bit. And a shot. Oh, and his ball tipped out of his hand by Hartenstein. Looks off the door. Again, Williams. Williams passing out by him. Door to Holmgren. Holmgren. He is now to Hartenstein. Over Gobert's shot. Great D. Gobert grabs it back again to Conley. Conley to Randle on the chamber. For the Randle drive. He has 24. And Conley with the assist.
Oh, I would never feel like this. I'm sure we have to get over this before it goes late.
And here's off to a Dort. Dort, SGA, for the lead. It's good. Makes a great drive. He has 13. And he now has a 3-point advantage. Reed Edwards. Back to your race, no good. Back to Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards pretends for three. It's off. Rebound by Hartenstein. Down to 90 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Do you hear that fan favorite, that loud action is making that one harder to play in?
Now we're definitely working it off. Let's set the door. Door. And that ball. Big. Williams for three. It's blocked by Julius Randle. And now we have a chance to tie this game for Anthony Edwards and her teammate. And that one gets out of his hands. Holmgren with 3 blocks in a row. Down to a final minute in the fourth. Anyway, he's been pulling this one out. Holmgren up and the drives. Good and fucking one. Shut Holmgren. He made that one impossible. And it's Mike Conley with the foul.
I would never believe on that. That's what I was just looking at for Chet Holmgren. That's a big float drop. That is unbelievable. How do you believe that if you make that with a floater? That is a great take.
One free throw left for Chet Holmgren with under a minute remaining in the fourth. The Wolves are trying to get over this. And Holmgren knocks it down. Near the end of the first game, here's Anthony Edwards. Edwards on SGA. Try to watch carefully. And toward his own. on the dunker. Again, he does it again. With another big try, and that will be a violation as this will keep the Thunder ball. Out for McDaniels. 43 seconds left remaining. He'll have it again. SGA sends it deep to Hardenstein, and with that one, down to 39 seconds. They need to get a foul out there for the Wolves. Williams up, and he will be fouled. That will be a second personal and their 13th foul for OKC Thunders. And now he will be at the free throw line to get a technical free throw for Jalen Williams.
Well, he's been better at scoring and playing opposition. I would say to Jalen Williams, he might just have to do for 2 free throws. I think he's okay to do for now.
Well, it's just me and the fans afterwards. Nothing said for Jalen Williams. He would be able to be okay with that. He drops the first free throw. And Williams knocks down the second free throw. Thunder fan reacting wildly. Down to 30 seconds. Anthony Edwards. That's possession for them. Trying to work their way in. Conley for the 2. It's good. They're back down by 4. And they need to make it quickly. And Williams will go back to the free throw line and then shoot it 2 for the Thunder. Hard they know, we really worked it off that hard. And they definitely did have it on their own.
It won't be played after an incredible game.
That's what happens with the Thunders. It gets a close, intense
On its matchup. Between from the south and central and then in the north for Minnesota, this is definitely like a hard pace. Nobody plays it better than that.
Williams knocks down the first free throw. And he drops his second free throw. Final timeout. As it goes on to the Wolves with 1 remaining, and now there are 20 seconds remaining in the fourth. A 76-70 could be the victim winner for the Thunder. How about the rumble that you have to look for? You're not going to say that this has been a thunderous to make the rumble to have it on.
Well, I believe in that. I mean, the Rumbles is having a great one so far. The Loud City, they made that fantastic, and it's a big win to show it off with support. I know everybody's been doing this quite some time. Most reason is, everybody's hating it.
Yeah, I do see so. I mean, Thunder fans, they just won't have to believe that we do for real. And with under 20 seconds remaining, final left for the screen on the play for possession. Edwards for a corner 3 is off, and it's rebound by Dora. And that will do it. The Thunders will take the first win for the first game in the Western Conference Finals. And Conley with a foul.
At the line for your
Isaiah Hardenstein will only take 2 free throws at the free throw line with under 10 seconds remaining in regulation.
Well, it looks like that Isaiah Hardenstein, he was one of the best players in the game. I would really love to know that his blocking average has been turning out to be sick.
He trumps the first free throw. And there's only a last substitutional remaining for the Wolves and the Thunders. 4 players checked off. Dillingham, Alexander Walker, and McDaniels are checked in. And the other way, as 3 players come on the court, it'll be Williams, Wiggins, and Isaiah Joe. And the second one drops in Hardenstein. He has 14. Down to 5. And that will be it. And that misses the shot. So that will do for this game. Along with the Loud City, Thunders win the first Western Conference Finals over Minnesota. They have just done it again, and a big comeback rally is a big finish.
Well, there won't be anybody there long until we meet again for game 2.
What a great finish. Roll out, Big Pride. Along with Alan LaForce, Zone True, and of course LJ, I'm Paintbrush, and hope you all enjoyed this one with our tonight's game of the Western Conference Finals. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Good night, everybody. Alright guys, thank you very much. The OKC Thunders is where they start their first win at the Paycom Center. Here's how you look at the total statistics in the range. It was 43 and 92 free throws and three-pointers for OKC. 7, 50, and 8 was only fast break and points in paint and second chance points for Minnesota Wolves. 31 and 28 bench points and assists for OKC Thunders. 12 offensive rebounds for Minnesota and 26 defensive rebounds for OKC. 5 steals for Minnesota and 6 blocks for OKC. It was only with 6 turnovers and 4 team fouls for the Thunder. 11 dunks for Minnesota, 11 biggest lead for OKC, and it's only 18:34 time of possession.
Well, you gotta say now, but OKC Thunders have definitely worked it off. Don't stop me now. You know how they say now with the great win? That's what they have to do from Queen. That's one of our biggest takes from the Prince. And about Don't Stop Me Now from the Thunder, that's what they do. They celebrate it with a great win.
Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, I always gotta say there, Jay, how about you take the 3 star players of the game?
Why, sure I can. How about that? We'll do it. Alright, the third star player of the game, we're gonna get this thing rolling. Starting off with the third star. We notice how that happened? It's not this or that. But the only play that he had at all was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 13 points with 1 rebound and 4 assists. 6 out of 11 field goals was the big range on the topper. 21 performance effort. SGA looking fantastic for game 1, but we'll see him back in game 2. Then this New Balance player of the game goes to Isaiah Hartenstein with 14 points, 1 rebound, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Well, he took it away from the hands from Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels. 5 out of 8 field goals for the range and 22 performance effort was the beat they made. And your number 1 star player of the game, well, it turned out to be Minnesota. That goes to Julius Randle with 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 11 out of 16 field goal range, and it was 31 performance effort, only 5 dunks. No kidding. It was definitely what happens with Julius Randle. You after for the Knicks, you now know what you get to handle. Yeah, he's definitely really on a great use. Great stamina, great crowd. I mean, we loved it. And with that being said, that will end our first game of the Western Conference Finals of the Thunder and the Wolves. Stay tuned for game 2, and we'll see you back for our next part of the game as the Knicks and the Pacers rematch at Madison Square Garden before the next game of the Wolves and the Thunder. Well, we'll say now is that good night, everyone, and good night to the Rumble and the OKC of the Thunder of Oklahoma. We'll see them back next time.
Thank you all for watching, and as always, see you folks next time for as well as the NBA Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports Style. This is Tyler
and Jay signing out. Take care, folks,
and thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.